Hi. So yeah, today I was at work and something really bothered me because we were sitting there and these girls were talking about their exams and stuff, and I was just like, okay. And I was, when you sort of sit there and you're not really listening, but you're not listening either. Do you get what I'm saying? You're sort of half listening and you catch little words every now and then. Well, I was doing that, and somebody was joking about suicide. All of a sudden, I was just like, okay, there are several things in life that you do not joke about: rape, suicide, and I don't know. Just those are the two main ones that I can think of now. And she was literally sitting there joking about mass suicide, and I'm like, okay, you don't do that. So I left her anyway, and because I didn't want to start a fight. And I left her alone and everything, and then she came back a couple of hours later, just out of an exam, and my friend was crying because obviously, she felt she didn't do well. So she was crying. I mean, she was upset. She was emotional. That's, acceptable. It's acceptable to be upset and emotional. But it kind of irritated me that this girl walked in and she's just like, "Oh, your friend's just overreacting." I was like, "Oh, really? Really? You think she was overreacting?" And so the girl was like, "Yeah, she was overreacting. That exam was so easy." I was sitting there like, okay, well, sorry, we're not that smart. Well, I didn't sit the exam, but, sorry, my friend's not as smart as you, or she doesn't retain information as much as you did. And the last time I checked, you were failing that class, and you're in the same class as my friend. If you found that essay easy, the exam, which is 7 essays, something's wrong there. When a straight A student comes out worried about her exam and her grades, and a D student, D to F student, is coming out of that same exam with a big smile on your face, there's something seriously wrong there. Really, some people who stick their nose in other people's business and joke about things they really shouldn't joke about are working on my nerves. Slowly but surely, How does one vent anger instead of, beating people? I understand why people murder each other now. I really do. Because I want to kill people all the time. Because they're so stupid. And, anyway. Tired of people. Sick and tired. But yes, don't joke about suicide. You don't joke about somebody's weight. You don't joke about, people who self-inflict. You don't joke about suicide. I said that one. Or rape. You don't joke about people's cliques, what they wear. You just don't joke about certain things, okay? Because, it puts somebody down on this level where nobody wants to be on this level of, people constantly putting them down and making them feel like shit. If you constantly put people down and make them feel like shit, they're going to start to believe it. They're going to start believing everything you say about them. And that is the worst thing ever, because that is when people start committing suicide. That's why there are so many people that commit suicide, especially teenagers nowadays, because some people are just like, no, I have an opinion on the way she is slightly underweight. Okay, she's slightly underweight, that means she has an eating disorder. It's like, maybe she has a fast metabolism and can control her weight. And then you get people who are like, oh, she's fat. Yeah, she probably eats McDonald's every day and, doesn't exercise, and she just sits on the couch and watches movies. Maybe she does. But she doesn't need people like you telling her that, because she knows it. People know what they look like. People are happy with what they look like some of the time. Other times, when they constantly get people like you sitting there going, that doesn't work. No. That's wrong. You can't dress like that. You can't do this. You're such a freak because of this. You're fat. You're horrible. And look at you. Your blubber moves. I've heard people say that, and they've said it to me. And I mean, I'm not the tiniest girl, and I'm not the biggest girl either. I'm an American size 8. And it's pretty big. But, you know, I'm tall. That's what I mean by big. And I've got big bone structure. So I cannot get any skinnier. Size 10 or 8 or something, I don't know. And I cannot get any bigger or any smaller because otherwise it just doesn't work with my body shape and my bone structure. So when you constantly have people telling you, oh, you're a fat cow, you're so skinny, you're a little rape, you're this, oh, you're a goth, you're a freak, you probably worship Satan and slaughter virgins. No. I don't think so. And then you get all the preppy girls who wear like little skirts, and fair enough, they've got legs. Why not show them off? I show it off. You know? If you have something, show it off. Because if you're showing whatever you have that is good off, then it kind of takes away from, you know, your bad aspects, like, you know, the bits of your body that aren't as great as the rest, you know? I have awful legs. I don't wear messy skirts. I don't wear overly tight pants, and if I do, I just cover it up, you know? People, you seriously need to watch what you say and how you say it to some people, because, I mean, you're putting people down when they really don't need you to putting them down, you know? I mean, it's people like you who drive people to suicide. I mean, that is really sick. The statistics go up every year of people committing suicide because people are bullying them over weight, over rape. Just everyday jokes. I mean, you don't know. This person next to you could have been raped. Anybody could have been raped. You don't joke about it, okay? It is not funny. It is really not funny. It's not cute either. I mean, people just, you know, constantly putting people down, that pisses me off. And I will put you in your place if you do that in front of me to somebody else. People know they don't do this to me anymore because I'll throw stuff at them. I don't listen to people anymore either because, you know, being constantly put down, I know what it feels like. Oh, and another thing, sexual orientation. Just because some girl likes another girl doesn't give you the right to start. I mean, I look at some straight people, I'm like, you guys have more issues than anything else, you know? Lesbians have issues in their relationships, straight people have issues, gay people have issues, you know, guys and guys. And how does my relationship with a woman affect your relationship with a man if you're like a woman and a man? How does a gay relationship affect your relationship? Just how? I mean, you might be jealous because they're cuter than you, but that's because they have the courage to go out there in a world full of people like you who discriminate against them. And they still show their love for each other. You know how tough it is for them? Just, have you ever thought about this? Yeah, you probably haven't. So just think about it. In a world, say, where straight people were looked at funny, how would you feel if somebody kept going, that's wrong, no. I don't think so. I don't think you should get married. No. You can never be married. No. That doesn't work for me. No, I'm gay and I'm not interested in your relationship, and you're with a man and you're a woman? Yeah, okay, there's something wrong with you. You cannot do that. How would you feel if everybody was like looking at you and people on TV were like killing straight people, straight couples, because they're straight? Technically, you're not even straight because you're a person. You kind of have, you know, bits. This, you know, there's nothing straight, nothing. So that's wrong. Just as a sort of point of view. But yeah, general rant about everything. And yes, I shall go now.